Hey everybody, today I'm going to do a quick, somewhat quick I guess, freighter build tour and maybe just some tips and tricks. I'm going to turn my audio down a little bit so that I can talk over it. Alright, so yeah, I was on Reddit the other day and I posted my newest frigate base build, and someone was like, hey, you should make a video and some tips or whatever, and I was going to do that anyway, so I'm going to ignore this. So anyway, I'm going to head straight to the capital ship. So this was entirely built with like completely legally, I guess I could say, completely legit. Like, I'm on Xbox, so you're not gonna get anything with mods or any of that kind of crazy stuff. I have some frigates I need to repair, I see. I'll do that after. So I obviously have the pirate capital ship, which is actually somewhat easy to get. Usually if you're going in and out of pirate systems, you can find them. This is an A class. I really would like to find an S class, but I know that's difficult to do. It's kind of all RNG. Look at this guy going through the floor here. That's interesting. So yeah, you obviously, if you have your own capital ship, you come through here. This is your control room. But over here, this is your whole build area. So anything past this doorway is buildable space. Now, I have things out here in front, and a cool thing that you can do, and this is a first tip I'm going to show you, is if you're like in the doorway, if you're close enough, you can still place things outside. It's somewhat limited, obviously, but like I can put this here and without a problem. It's still kind of within the, now if I'm over here and I try to open the build menu, it doesn't work, but if I'm right here, I can do it. So that's really helpful, because having these teleporters is like really, really important for functionality, and we'll talk about functionality as well, because not only do you want your base to look cool, even though really you're the only person that's going to see it unless you do what I'm doing right here. It's really important to be able to get places quickly, which really is what this first room I'm going to show you is. Every one of these rooms, every one of these teleporters goes to a different room, different building, I guess you could say. And all of the buildings are numbered accordingly. So if you want to get somewhere quick, this is the way to do it. You just kind of have to remember which building is which number, which, I mean, that's not that bad. I only got 10 buildings. So here we go. Obviously, first of all, let me show you. There's just a warp here, and then a appearance modifier, and then behind that there's a door that brings you to a catwalk. That stuff really doesn't make much of it. That's just extra stuff. So this is the main courtyard. This is the base of the build. Everything is built around this main platform, and then so I've put this globe here, this big globe in the middle. These are all wonder projectors, so they're supposed to show you all the some of the cooler planets I've discovered. But the thing is, No Man's Sky has kind of like this bug. I don't know if it has to do with how much is in this base, but some of these planets are the same. Like that one and that one are clearly the same, even though they're not the same ones that I've put on there. It just is weird. It's different every single time I come in here. These two are clearly the same, even though they're not supposed to be the same planet. I don't know. It's just a visual bug. But yeah, that is what it is. So since that post, when I put all those pictures up, I also put them on my Instagram. I've actually added the sign, and I've added like that sign, and I've added, some other stuff. There's a deck up front that I didn't have before. So this is like still a work in progress, and I think it's always going to be in some manner. So if you come around to the side, you go to the first building. This is the refinery. This is just an open, it's literally just industrial room expansions. And then on the side, it's 5 by 5. So let me really quick show you from above. All it is 5 by 5. So all I did was take the industrial room expansion and I built it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like all the way down, 5 by 5, 5 across. And then I just deleted the pieces that, I mean, you can go inside the building and then manage it, which actually is a little bit easier. So if I'm in here, I can say like, hey, I don't want, you know, I want this to be a refinery room. You just delete it and replace it with the room that you want. I think that's the easiest way to do it, is to build, you know, like I said, all of them industrial rooms 5 by 5, and then replace what you want. But anyway, this is it. I mean, I put a little window there. That's all that there really is. There's not a lot of side windows. I actually probably should add windows. I don't know how good it would really look, what I can really see out this side, but yeah, I guess it wouldn't hurt to put windows in here eventually. But I kind of liked the industrial look of it, how it's enclosed. This teleporter obviously is number 1. It brings you right back to this main hub. And one thing that's great too about this build is that my frame rate isn't that bad. My capture card is probably giving you pretty accurate representation of what it is. Here's another appearance modifier. This is kind of just a secondary way into this next building. I'm actually going to close this off, I think. Like, that'll be a wall instead of a doorway behind it there. So this is building 2. This is the, like, this would actually be part of my, I consider this whole thing my building, like a personal building. So I have like my own personal storage down here. So this is the storage room. All of your storage containers are down here, and then the rest of it's filled in with industrial room expansion, and then they're just colored to red. Maybe I'll even put windows here. Yeah, why not? This whole building is red. I'm gonna actually do it right now. I might as well. I don't know about that, but that wouldn't be bad, I don't think. Yeah. Screw it. We'll do some editing right here in this video. Yeah, that's actually supposed to be there. And then I'm actually going to close it off like I said. All you do is, if you do want to close anything off, you can just build walls. It's really nice the way that everything clicks together as a, you know, as far as like all these freighter pieces go. I've had a really good time building freighter bases because it all really snaps together well versus like stuff that you deal with on planets. Those parts sometimes are frustrating to get to snap together. But everything on here really comes together nice. So here's number 3. This is a bar, lounge, restaurant thing. And, you know, obviously, like, you only have a limited amount of pieces to work with. So any of these buildings, like, I wanted to make big buildings and a lot of buildings. So I was like, well, something I can do with the parts that are available to me, like, you know, chairs, tables, bar, you know, all that stuff. Well, you can make a bar restaurant. And one thing I wish that you could do is have NPCs that, you know, sit in these chairs or sit up there or whatever. But that's all, you know. If you play No Man's Sky or you know the lore, I mean, I guess you'd understand why you can't have large civilizations. But this is about as close as I can get, or I've ever come to a big city. I do have a city that actually I'll probably show you guys in a different video. And it's pretty nice. Once I'm comfortable with it, I have a couple of them, but once I'm comfortable with those, maybe I'll show them. So you go upstairs. This is number 4. All these buildings are 5 by 5. They're all the same, and they're all just like on top of each other. So you're really just kind of basing everything off of these exterior platforms. and buildings connect, snap right into them. It's really, really easy. This is much easier to build than it looks. So this is a technology room. It's really just anything under the technology tab that I felt like it needed to be there. And then I also have 2 of these just to make it, symmetrical, which I really don't need, but it looks nice. So all the lighting, obviously, I did myself. That's all manually placed. You can just find your own place where you want to do it, but I kind of tried to line it up as good as I could in the middle of the windows. Like, I used this line right here, very precise pointing with my crosshair. But I used that to kind of try and line it up directly with the, sides of the lights. And I think that makes it look pretty nice. The other thing, as far as lighting goes, is I love these. These things are awesome because they look really cool up in the rafters. And let me tell you, let's see what part they are, because it's hard to get a look at them. Let me see if I can find it, what it's called. Ceiling light. Okay, so yeah, use those. I might even put more up in here. I'm just worried about frame rate issues because I don't want to put too much in here just because I'm already getting pretty good frames now. I'm just worried about that kind of stuff dropping. Number 5. This is a cultivation room. So, all this stuff is completely flexible. You can make these rooms however you want. You can make them bigger. You can make them smaller. You can organize them differently. You can, put nutrient processors, whatever you want. You don't even need any of this stuff if you don't want to. Or you can make separate rooms with nutrient processors. Some rooms with just these, the double cultivation rooms. I believe that's what they're called. Double cultivation chamber. And yeah, so that's number what? That's number 5. So that brings you straight there. Yeah, that's all that really is. I mean, that's just, growing your stuff. I decided to keep windows off of the sides of this because I do like the way that looks. But you can, add windows, do whatever you want to it. It's all, honestly, half of this is like, I don't want you to follow anything that I do. I just want you to design it yourself. But I think the base of what I'm going to show you later is like probably the smartest way to do this as far as if you want like a large base like this. And then this is your fleet command room. This is building 6. And it's just got 5 of these because you can only have 5 expeditions out, I believe, at a time. They're all pretty much ready to be debriefed. These are the guys that were damaged that I saw coming in. So I got to go out and repair those. I got to take care of all these. I just got home from work, so I haven't done anything really. Now, the stairway goes down to that storage room that you saw before. This stairway here goes up into the personal quarters. So it's all attached as one building. And you can do that, obviously, with any of these, which I was thinking about doing as well. Maybe attaching these 2 buildings eventually, but we'll talk about that in a second as we go around. This is the 2nd floor, and you're on building 7. This is just, science, technology, science lab. I don't know. I guess it would be anything under this tab, industrial. I've kind of just thrown it all in here. Don't really need, use the scanner or anything. It's just, this is kind of mostly visual, to be honest with you. I'll show you later the scanner that I use and stuff like that. I have it all set up in a specific spot. So that's number 7. And again, there's a teleporter from all of these right back down to the main room. And then you'll see later on what other teleporters I have. So this right here, straight across, is the main captain's quarters. So I have, a living room and stuff like that. I'll show you in a second. Number 8 is this is all headcanon stuff. It's like dorm rooms, and eventually I'd like to put some beds in here and just, tables, whatever, just basic stuff. Now I have 4 of these buildings, which means there's 10 in each one, so I have 40 dorm rooms total. Then you can come out here, you go out here, and there's a deck, sort of a balcony. And then up above, you know, it's literally the same. But we'll get up there as well. And then there's your teleporter back to your main hub room, sort of waiting room area. And then we'll go to, so I have a platform going straight across. These are also the same as what I just showed you. Same building, everything is identical. With up down to the balconies and everything. I can even show you by zooming out and going around back here. The catwalks here are all just kind of for fun. I just built them for fun. One thing, if you guys are building and you're doing this and you're running into a wall, all you gotta do is double tap toggle camera and it'll reset that building camera, and now you have more room to move around. That's something I didn't learn until, you know, it was too late. Would have been useful to use. But yeah, if you double tap, it'll reset it and expand your range. So yeah, both buildings, this one and the other one straight across, are exactly the same on both floors. Now that's, you know, kind of boring, but it's also like, I don't care, because I mostly made them visually just to look cool. Because, you know, there's only so much function you can really put to these rooms because of the number of, you know, you're limited in the number of rooms that you have, build parts that you have, I guess I should say. So we'll go straight across here to 9. And I guess what we'll do is, I don't know, skip those ones. We'll show you just the main stuff. These are just cool things I found with, I bought with Quicksilver, which you can get from the anomaly, obviously, through Nexus missions. Now, I come in here, I got this. This is also from Nexus missions through Quicksilver vendors. Then you got like a little kitchen area. You got living room. And I don't know, maybe I'll put some like decorations on the wall or something. There is a little glitch that you can do with this, like if you can resize the aquariums, and you can put 3 in a row and then put a window around it, and it kind of makes this window an aquarium, which I think is really freaking cool, and I think I might actually try that. But other than that, I really haven't used any glitches. But then I have this you know, office area, a little bedroom here with a save point. It's all kind of just novelty stuff, cool headcanon stuff. And then let's see. So we'll stay on this level for now. This is the 3rd floor. We'll go back past the dorms, and then over here is this like sort of outdoor stage venue, and I kind of just got creative with this and put a bunch of light floors on top of each other to make a stage. There's scaffolding, there's just whatever those things are. What are they called? Awnings. Then there's like a little outdoor bar. Up above it is my ship hunting deck, which actually wasn't in the pictures. And then there's like some gazebos and just a kind of a casual hangout area. So I just kind of got creative with that for something to do, you know, and I think it looks nice. One thing that is cool is when you have these, you can stick these pill lights right up in the top, and it gives it a really cool effect just from out here. That's something I almost always do. I never build those without the pill lights. So now you're gonna go up even higher to the final floor. Now you got dorms again on your right side, and straight across, this is my main deck. So that's also dorms over here, and this is my main deck where I spend most of my time. You can use your scanner, you can use your warp, you can come over here. All of the like essentials are here. Appearance modifier, trade, and then these doors walk you right back down into the personal quarters that I just showed you. This teleporter also brings you there. And then if I come back up, let's see. So, let's see. This teleporter takes me down to the front in the command deck, so all the way to the command deck. Now that is what I was talking about as far as functionality goes. When you get in here and you warp in through here, so like, okay, well, I just landed on my frigate. All I have to do is come from my ship up the stairs or jump over the banister there, get on here, one teleport here, and then one teleport here. Now, you want to... Now, if you noticed, it loaded in a little bit late. That is something you do have to watch out for. Don't make teleporters too far apart, because you'll end up falling through the floor, most likely, because the game just won't load it in properly or fast enough, depending on your machine. Maybe your PC or whatever is better, and maybe it will, but I would just advise against it, just to be safe. This one takes me down to the fleet command room, so you basically have instant access to everything right from this deck. So you got the command deck, you have the fleet control right here, warp, scanner, appearance modifier, trade, and then right here, this brings you straight across to the ship hunting deck, I guess I'm calling it, where you can just watch for any ships that are landing on your capital ship. And the best thing about this is that I can go, oh, hey, I want to take that ship if I see one come in. Okay, well, I just warp down here, warp here, and now I'm in the hangar again. So if something does land here and I want to take it or whatever, get parts, it's all, easy to use. So this one takes me to that one takes me to the main deck. So they're just kind of warps. I mean, literally just use short range teleporters just to make everything efficient. I know people think that like some of these big bases, like elaborate bases, can't be efficient, and they're just wrong. I mean, that's pretty fast, and you're not going to miss out on a ship because of that. So yeah, that's it. That's the entire, pretty much the entire scope of the base. But the only other thing is just this catwalk, which I just kind of built on a whim, just to be like, sort of a maintenance catwalk. And it doesn't really take you anywhere. It just kind of brings you around the base, and it's kind of cool that you can see through. Like I like that you can see through and see all the buildings on the interiors and all that stuff. I think that's kind of cool. It also like brings you up to other levels and stuff. So, all this stuff is just, it's all just, it comes to you, honestly. I'll say it that way. It comes to you. This right here brings you back down to your personal quarters. I mean, it's just all designed like, none of this was like really designed, right? So like the way I started this, let's talk about how to start doing something like this. I have a habit of hitting these save points, and I don't know if that might come back and bite me someday. I always hit them every time I see them. So really the way you want to start is just, so the command deck is down here. So this is where you'll be starting. That's your command deck right there. Let me see if I can get a zoom out here. So you land in your capital ship through here, and then you obviously walk up the stairs and through this thing into the control deck, which we obviously saw before, and it didn't want me to see that. I guess it kicked me out of the camera. But yeah, that's where you're starting for the most part. Is start right there. What you want to do, what I did is let's see, I did a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I think it's a 5x7 building. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe it's 4x7. It's hard to tell, just because it's hard to show you a lot of things because of the everything's just, there's a lot of shit. But yeah, that's the way to do it. So start with a building. If you don't want to start with a building and you just want to open right up into something like this, that's totally fine. I mean, so, you know, honestly, it's like think about it a little bit before you know, what you want to design. Because I wanted it to be sort of this, like airport sort of area. You know, that was the kind of vibe I was going for. But if you want that door right there to just be, you know, open right up, you can do that. Let's see. Oh, I'm also wanted to show you this. So if you these signs right here I just got recently, but with any sign or really anything, there's always kind of tricks to making them work. So if you put a locker down, a nice tall locker, and then you come across, grab the sign. This is what the sign looks like regularly, you know. But all you got to do is turn this. You're going to cycle the axis and then, you know, turn it this way. Just kind of get it as straight as you can. Then you can scale it. So now it's literally just you place it. It's a standing sign. And then all you do is remove the locker. Otherwise, it's a lot. It's much easier to get things to be straight and lined up nicely if you can place an object behind it and delete it. So I don't know. That's just a little tip that I picked up. Yeah. So what you want to do is either build that first building or build a bunch of platforms. And I basically just built a big square of platforms, and they all come together really nice. And then all you do is, if you want to add stairs, you just have to delete certain parts of the floor, then add your stairs in. And, you know, unfortunately, you can't have, like, I really wish you could do a platform here, like underneath, and just make it all kind of flush with it, but you can't. I'm going to maybe like put like light floors or something like that underneath it. I don't know. Eventually I'm going to fill in that space, but I haven't really decided. Maybe like light tables, if I can get them to scale large enough to like put underneath it. I think that would actually look kind of cool. Maybe I can stack them or something and do like 4 of those or 5 of those, just so it's, you know, you don't fall through it or whatever, and it kind of looks cool anyway. But that's kind of the plan with that. We'll see. But either way, if you're going to build stairs, you do have to remove some of these platforms, and that part sucks. But the basic framework of this build from the start, all I did was the big platform and then stairs right here. Stairs up, and then platform all the way around in a square. Then stairs up again. Just put a platform there and build off of it. You can build more platforms around, or you can go across. I mean, it's completely up to you how you want to do this. And if you want it to be even more open than mine, you don't have to go across, you know. You can build the stairs in a different spot, make it more open, make it so that there's more skylight. You know, I don't want you to look at this and go like, you know, I don't want you to like pause the video and go, I got to do it exactly that way, you know. So yeah, that's the general framework. Stairs upwards, and then, you know, around in a square, you're doing platforms. The building's all attached to these platforms, and that's what makes it really, really easy. So say I want to put more building there, and if you don't have these legacy freighter parts, I mean, that does suck because they look nice, but they attach right to any building part. It's going to attach right to the platforms, and it just makes it so easy. Then you just throw a door on there, and there you go. You have another building, and this is actually attached to this one, but it's so easy to build it. And so all I did was make the base, the platforms around in a big square, and then I just put 5 by 5 buildings around it. The rest of it's just your imagination. It's like, you know, what do you want to do with each room? I've got like green lights. I mean, this is all headcanon stuff. Like green lights, blue lights, red lights. It's all like clearance levels and things like that. But you know, like I said, that's all just shit that I made up in my mind just for fun. You know, little terrarium here, and you know, obviously you can do this anything out here. Like if you guys are into, you know, fossils, like the one of the, you know, the recent update, you can say, hey, I'm gonna build a fossil out here or whatever. Well, I guess I can't do it. Why can't I do that? Base out of range. Maybe you can't build them in freighters. But you know, you can build something cool with it. You could do a cool centerpiece if you want to. You can just do a freaking tire, a nice big tire. Look at that. That's cute, right? A nice big tire right in the middle. People love that kind of shit. So yeah, it's all, you know, it'll all come honestly, that's the biggest thing I could say, is it will come to you. Once you build the frame, everything will come to you. It was so easy after the frame was all put together. Platforms, stairs, and that was it. The basic building. Yeah, it all came together. So I don't know if you guys need any tips or anything, you can just totally you know, comment on the video, message me, do whatever. I'll definitely help you with whatever. I'm not, look, there's people way better than at base building than me. But you know, with the nature of these frigate bases, no one sees them except for you unless you go ahead and show it off. So in one way I wanted to show it off, and in the other way I wanted to also show you know, how you guys can do this kind of stuff, because it's much better than just a basic freighter with like corridors and things off to the side where you get lost. It's like, as long as you can make this functional and make it so that you can get places quickly with teleporters, you're not going to have any problem. And it's so much easier to navigate when all these buildings are separate. And it looks nicer. It's the closest thing I've seen to like a cyberpunk industrial city in the entire game. I mean, there's settlements, but you know, it just isn't the same. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Yeah, feel free to you know, message me with any questions you got. You can check out my podcast at clearshotspodcast.com. You can check out, if you're interested in professional wrestling, you can also check out burninghammerwrestling.com. That's our other show. And then our main podcast channel, Clear Shots, actually has other gaming vids. So I'll put those links up on the screen here or in the description or whatever. And yeah, go ahead and check them out. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you take some inspiration from this, and you know, let me see your freighter base builds. Thank you.